If you are new to the game and you're trying to figure out how to set up your business in 2021, you cannot move forward, you cannot flourish, you cannot sell, you cannot grow, you cannot get out of that 9 to 5, you cannot.
You an entrepreneur, I got what you need.
Hey there, my loves. Welcome back to CPTV. I'm CP, and you are in the place for aspiring and growing entrepreneurs who want to turn their passions into businesses and their businesses into empires. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and subscribe, because every single Tuesday, I am giving you the training on the step-by-step business processes that you can implement immediately in your business and life so that you can get to that level of entrepreneurial freedom that you dream of and desire. So, you heard me. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button and click that bell so you don't miss any of it. And, of course, if you like it, then show me. Smash that like button and tell me what you think in the comments below. I want to hear from you. Look, I get it. I've been there. Now, at this point, since I'm on my 5th business, I do it very quickly and I do it very well. But in the beginning, I was messed up when it came to really setting up my businesses. I mean, I was all over the place. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what order to do things in. I was kind of piecing things together and piecemealing one by one. I was wasting time. I was wasting money. I was wasting opportunity. And I was getting frustrated and, quite frankly, from time to time, believing that it wasn't going to ever work out for me, because I felt like I was taking 2 steps forward just to be smacked in the face and have to take 2 steps back. And when I really sat and thought about why that was happening in business number 2 and business number 3, I realized there is an order to setting up businesses. There's a basic structure that you want to make sure you have in place in order to truly see success and growth. You see, it's a big waste of time to advertise, to market, to try and sell, to spend money making product or buying inventory if you don't have your business set up in a way that allows you to successfully grow it. It's true. But I get where you're coming from, especially if you are currently feeling the exact same way and the exact same things that I just described. All over the place, confused, and craving for some step-by-step direction.
Fine speech. Now what do we do?
So, guess what? That is what I am going to teach you today, because on this episode of CPTV, I am walking you through the 3-step process of how to set up your business, step by step and in order, so you can finally feel your entrepreneurial dreams coming true. So, let's get to work. Okay, so let's do this. There are really 3 major areas to set up in your business in order for you to grow sales and really get out there and expand your brand. And honestly, make some money. Because if you are putting in work and giving everything to a business that is not showing signs of making money, it's going to be frustrating, upsetting, it's going to deflate you, and you're going to just stop. And stopping is honestly the number 1 reason why businesses fail. But that lack of progress will only come if you don't have a proper business set up. So let's start with the first area that you need to set up, and that is set up your foundation, boo. Okay? You must set up your foundation, and that includes officially registering your business, setting up your finances, and setting up your communication systems. Now, I have already done several other videos diving deep into each one of these three areas. So I'm going to go ahead and link to the entire playlist that contains all of these very detailed step-by-step videos. But I have to say it again, and I have to summarize it for you again. Get your business legally registered in your state. Whether you pick an LLC or an S Corp or a C Corp, it doesn't matter right now, okay? Do not walk around saying that you have a business and it is not legitimately registered. You are pouring a foundation of sand that way. And it really hit home for a lot of entrepreneurs during the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic, because the government began flushing trillions of dollars into small businesses and providing support for small businesses. But you ain't no small business if you ain't registered, okay? Those small businesses had to have a strong foundation. They had to be set up in order to take advantage of that money, of that influx of cash. And so many entrepreneurs missed out on that opportunity simply because they failed to even register a legit LLC. So make 2021 your year for setting up that foundation, boo, okay? Register the business. Sole proprietorship should not be your end game. That foundation also includes getting your financial set up. Now, there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there who do register their businesses. They've got their LLC in place. Awesome. But they don't take it to that next step and get that tax ID. Nor do they get a business bank account or that financial software and processes in place in order to make sure that they can make money and track it properly. Do not skip this step. It is a basic part of setting up your business. It is a part of that foundation. Don't just get your LLC and rely on Cash App to fund your entrepreneurial dreams, okay? And the final piece of that foundation is setting up your entire communication system. That includes your domain name for your website, setting up your email addresses, getting your business address in place, and getting your business phone number in place. You've got to create that basic structure in order to function. You have to have that in place in the very beginning, because if you don't take care of step one in setup, what I'm talking to you about right now, you cannot move on to step two. They go together. So if you've been feeling like you're not really making progress and that something is kind of missing, start with this area first. Get it all together and then move on to area and step number two. Your basic processes and systems. Now, you know how I feel about processes, don't you? They are fundamental, like reading, right? You never heard that saying? Reading is fundamental.
Because reading is what?
Fundamental.
That's right, children.
Yes, you have. Anyway, just like that, saying basic processes and systems are fundamental. Once you have laid that foundation and gotten that area and step number one together, you have to take the time to set up step number two. Map out your sales, your service, and your money processes. And if you're not sure what I'm referring to, I, of course, am going to go ahead and link to that playlist as well. Playlist, not video. Go on ahead and binge. It's okay. It is all in there because I have been there and I have done that. I have walked you through exactly what I'm talking about step by step. I've told you what the basics are of all of those processes step by step. But I'm going to go back there for just a little bit, okay? Because if you are new to the game and you're trying to figure out how to set up your business in 2021, you cannot move forward. You cannot flourish. You cannot sell. You cannot grow. You cannot get out of that 9 to 5. You cannot. If you don't know what you need to do in order to sell to people, in order to deliver your products and services and take care of your people, and in order to ultimately collect your money and pay your bills, you have to think those things through. And a lot of entrepreneurs skip it. A lot of entrepreneurs don't even realize how critical these basic startup processes are. But when I tell you there are 3 major components of setting up your business in 2021, and this component is number 2, I ain't playing with you, okay? Trust me, I know. I skipped it before, and it didn't work out for me so well. I never made it past that revenue threshold that would allow me to leave my full-time gig. I was on kind of a pendulum, a rat race. But as soon as I mapped out my basic processes and did this step, 6 figures, hell, multiple 6 figures, began rolling in. And I knew I was gonna work for myself for the rest of my life. Hallelujah! Now, area and step number 3 in setting up your business in 2021 is marketing. It is time to get your marketing strategy all the way together. So, what do I mean? Well, obviously, you won't have anybody to sell to if nobody knows that you even exist. You won't have anybody buying from you if nobody believes that what you've got is good and worth buying. And you won't have any leads, which means you won't have any sales, which means you won't make any money, which means you are never going to be able to get out of that 9 to 5 and really live out your dream. So, the 3rd most critical area is marketing. And in this, you must determine your strategy, create your funnels, your content and websites, build an audience, and set up your social media. Did you get that? Okay, let me repeat it. Determine your strategy and come up with a plan. Create your content and your funnels and your websites so people can actually take action. Then use that content to build your audience and your fans and your followers. And make sure you've got amazing social media presence to nurture that audience. Marketing is something that you will always do, that you will never stop doing as an entrepreneur. You will always be your chief marketing officer, your CMO. Now, eventually, you can grow it and delegate a lot of those responsibilities to an actual marketing manager or a VP or a person. But you will always be the driving force behind your marketing because you're the CEO. You're the visionary, and it's your business. And that's why it's so important to actually figure it all out when you're setting things up from the very beginning. Don't just set up the first area and ignore area number 2 and then have no idea what you're going to do when it comes to marketing. Stop playing. Or set up the pieces of area number 1, never even consider area number 2, and then just half-ass do area number 3. All of these areas and steps to setting up a viable business are critical, and they do need to be set up in this order, the order that I'm going over with you right now. You gotta first pour your foundation. You have to then set up what your sales and service processes are going to look like and how you're going to collect your money. And then you've got to set up your marketing strategy and get all of that traffic going. You can't skip any of this, and you can't really skip around. You need the first one in order to do the second one. And you need the second area set up in order to facilitate success in the third area. But it all really does become very, very clear. There is so much going on in your head right now. I know, I get it. There's so many different pieces of information out there, and you're really trying to figure out what you should be doing first, and if you should be doing everything that you're hearing and learning about. And I'm here to tell you, when you're trying to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you start with bread, peanut butter, and jelly. Okay? Once you have mastered the perfect combination of peanut butter to jelly and you've gotten that ratio just right, then you can add bananas and strawberries and chocolate and whatever else I've heard people add to peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I ain't that girl, but I've heard people add stuff, okay? So, I'm trying to give you clarity. I'm trying to give you a clear path. Ignore all the minutia, all right? Do this and do it in this order. Number 1, set up your foundation. Get it registered. Set up your financials and set up your communication systems. Number 2, map out your sales, service, and money in, money out processes. You have to know exactly how to sell to someone, exactly how to deliver your product and service, and exactly how to collect your money before you actually start doing it, okay? And number 3, know exactly how you're going to market to people, okay? Get it all established and implement your game plan. That's it. All that other cloudiness is gone. That's what I want you to do. Do it in that order. And once you do, all of a sudden, you will look around and you will have a business that's actually growing. And you'll be ready for bananas and strawberries and all that other stuff I just talked to you about to mess up your peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Okay, in 2021, this should be your game plan. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it moving. And hopefully I have helped you take a deep breath and get to work. You see, I got you, boo. Clarity, clarity. I'm giving you clarity today, my love. You have now been given the 3 steps to setting up a strong, growing business in 2021. You're welcome. Now, help me out. Okay, subscribe, smash that like button. If you have questions, let me know in the comments below. If you want to see something, let me know in the comments below. And don't forget, you can catch us next week and every single week after that. And don't forget to share this video and, give me a shout out on IG. And until next time, my loves, stay safe. All right, have a good one. Bye-bye.